pyramids valid. Try to tell me what this is. Personalities of plastic. The face be elastic. You can buy it in the pornographic. Try to tell me what this is. You can move an awful lot amount of money. Will it keep all the family together? You can seek all the glory, the power. Will it bring our love in forever? I will make you live forever. I will build you palaces, pyramids. I will make you live forever. I will build you palaces, pyramids. You can call me loco, Hispanic. Still my love for you is galactic. My love make you panic. Try to tell me what this is. The sushi roll soldiers fanatic. Thousand sons of worship illogic. You the queen of a feeling frantic. Try to tell me what this is. You can move an awful lot amount of money. Will it keep all the family together? You can seek all the glory, the power. Will it bring our love forever? You can move an awful lot amount of money. Will it keep all the family together? You can seek all the glory, the power. Will it bring our love forever? I will make you live forever. I will build you palaces, pyramids. I will make you live forever. I will build you palaces, pyramids. Tu es si belle, oh bébé. Tu es si belle, oh bébé. Ma princesse à moi. Oh bébé, ma princesse à moi. Oh oui, oh baby, we make it forever. We build your palace and pyramids. Oh baby, oh we make it forever. We build your palace and pyramids.
Welcome. Welcome to Club Shada episode number 83. I hope everybody is fine. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is safe. I hope everybody is in good spirits. We mourn those we lost, and we praise for those who are still with us. And it's another crazy week in the world. I remember when we thought all this would last for, I don't know, when we all thought this would last for a month or two, and then things would go back to normal. Like a lot of people were very naive about the state of the world, because the media is so, sorry, my pursing. The media is so, I guess, the media is so full of making everything so dramatic that when the real dramatic things happen, then it becomes the boy who cried wolf. And nobody believed that things would be on that level. And we lost a whole year. Like, it's the craziest year ever. Thank you for the already 50 people who are here. It's always more and more people, so it's a blessing to know that most of the people who discover Club Shada, they come back. And it's a show that is brought to you by shadaware.com, where you can get the sexiest t-shirts ever. Everybody who won Shadaware t-shirts or hats, make sure you send me photos so I can feature you in the next episodes. You know. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. So I want to read something about what I wanted to talk about last week, but we got I love these episodes so much, where you get just sidetracked into something that has nothing to do with what you wanted to talk about. And then I just need to make sure I find what I wanted to talk about. Of course, I'm not going to find it. That would be too easy. I mean, I know what I want to talk about, but yeah, it's another crazy week in the world, and everything is upside down. Nothing makes sense anymore. It's crazy, but I want to talk to you about the Goldfish situation. And is my mic too loud? Let me see. This thing is definitely, I don't know why my mic is just acting up. The gain is just too high for nothing. There we go. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Okay. And it just goes high by itself. All right. I'm sure it's better now. Yeah, so I was saying it's another crazy week. But hey, Shada Gang, we're here. Monster of Inspiration, Mountain of Inspiration. How are you? I forgot to tell you this week. I like this logo. Michelle, glad to see you in the live. CV Beats, what it do, bro? How are you? How's your family? I guess everybody's COVID free now. You guys made it to the other side. What it do, Master Electronic? Bruno, how are you, brother? Sips, what it do? Hello, Heather. I remember when Heather was new, and before every comment she would put her hand, like she would say hello. You remember when you were new, Heather? And look at you now. You're a regular Shada Ganger. That's beautiful. My brother Lil Maro, are my 3 remixes finished? Just asking. I hope you're fine. I hope everything is good with you, you know. What it do, Dalia? I just got your message. I didn't read it yet, but I just saw that. I got a message from you, so I'll read it prior. Thank you so much, Mike. I didn't even start. You see? New icon. I put some new ones up there. I had some fun. I changed a few things. I put some new animations for the super chats and for the new subscribers to spice up the things a little bit. So thank you, Mike, for being the first one to test these new animation. Make sure if you want to support this show that, you know, super chat, buy a t-shirt at shadaware.com, or if you are on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and others, yeah, just listen to one of my albums. You know, just play one of my albums. You don't even need to listen to it for real. You can just play it before you go to sleep, or you can play it to go to sleep, because it's better when you listen to it. But you know, it's what it do, my brother Malcolm Beats. Welcome home. I'm happy that your sister is out of the coma and she's also back in her house. That's a beautiful thing. And now she's resting. She's you know, after COVID, and I'm sure you are discovering it, Malcolm. After COVID is like, there's COVID, then there's after COVID. Like, you get this, you're tired. I think I got tired for I probably got tired for a whole 2 months. Really like and for 2 months I needed, and I think, I don't know about now, because now, you know, with the live, sometimes I'm just tired because I'm tired. But after COVID, I would need 2 hours of sleep in the middle of the day to be able to go through my day. So yeah, you probably are living those things, but hey, I'm really happy that you're here, and that, you know, take your time. Don't overuse your energy. I know that you have to make the things work and stuff, but, you know, make sure you rest a lot, drink a lot of water, take a lot of vitamins, vitamin C every day, vitamin D every day, artemisia every day, zinc every day, you know, and ginger, a lot of those things that can make you, you know, get your body in shape. Hello, Jujuzinha. Yeah, you have to. It's important. I was thinking about it, and I don't know the name of this artist, but I believe that if you want your Instagram to start bringing in some followers and have these I think you should try to, I don't know, it's just an idea I had when I was watching your Instagram. Maybe you should try to get a 70s aesthetic, like this singer. I keep forgetting her name. She's from New York. I think she has a song with ASAP Rocky, and I don't know. I forgot her name. But you know, it's this singer she has some great voice, and she has a very like 70s aesthetic. She's a white girl from New York. Her name, it doesn't come, but I think that would be great to have this feeling in your Instagram, you know, and then and to be suggestive, and then send people to OnlyFans, where the shebang goes on there. But I was just thinking about that, like, you know me, when I look at people's Instagram, or just whenever I do anything, I just have strategies that are automatically building in my head. So I remember I was watching, I was like, I was talking to Buddy actually. And while we were talking, we were just talking, browsing and stuff. And you probably sent me a message. I click on your profile. And I said these two things in my head. I was like, I mean, the rest I'll tell you directly, but that's something I said to myself. I just need to find the name of this woman again so I can, so you can, like, you see what I mean? Oh, you love the hat? You have it? Nice. You have to send me a photo. You have to send me 3 photos so I can put them on the Shadaware Instagram, please. Confinement jusqu'en 2030. Toi, tu exagères. 2030. Les AstraZeneca ne fonctionnent pas. Je crois qu'ils sont seulement à 71% d'efficacité. Bon, c'est pas que ça fonctionne pas. Il y a quand même une certaine efficacité. Mais puis il y a les autres. Eh, my friend. C'est compliqué. Esa complicado. Lemon and ginger tea. Listen, I just came out the shower and I was just saying to myself, do I have the time to make tea? And I was saying like, oh shit, I'm late already. Yeah. Isabel, thank you for all the vitamin advice. Yes, it's very important, the vitamins. Mr. Moreira, what up, brother? Tomorrow, February 1st, it's on. It's on. Right, and I love vintage. It's exactly my idea too. We have the same taste. Is it? It's not Iggy. No, not at all. No, not Iggy. What's her name? Forgot, but her name is. All her videos have that vintage feeling. She has a song with A$AP Rocky, but her name is. I have no idea. Let me see if I find her. Nora Jones, no. Lady Gaga, no. Got the power behind it, no. Cyndi Lauper, carrying on. Patti Smith, Alicia Keys, no. Carole King, no. Jenny, no. What's her name? That's crazy. She was in the media because she did, not so long ago, she did some comments about something about Beyonce and nothing special, but people got it wrong as always because people are crazy these days. Her name is. I have no idea. I don't know. Wow, already 100 people? Wow, nice. Not normal. 100 people and only 16 likes. This is not normal. Close your chats, put a like, come back to the chats. Just saying. Mike, how are you? Did you record your part? Just asking. Luis, yesterday I took 3,000K from my Bitcoins and I turned them into XRP. So I'm ready. I got now 20,000 XRPs. I'm ready. You just sent me one by email. Cool. I'll check them out. You and Soledad, I don't know if it's the singer or the song. I'm not gonna say nothing. Thank you so much. It's called Pirates by Angel City, which is me. Hello, Rabi. Comment ça va? What do you do in Belgium? If you're in Belgium, I guess you are. My dear cousin, how are you? What do you do? How's the transfer going? I'm watching from time to time. I check the channels. I'm like, okay, what is he doing exactly? Like, because I'm not sure exactly what you have to move from one channel to the other. So I'm just watching, and I'm like, but yeah, we'll talk about it privately. Hello, Nadia. How are you? My man. I already have 10,000 Dutch coins. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm ready. Hey, Joanna. Hello from Lisboa as well. Hello from Parque das Nações. Hello from the seaside. No, the riverside. Exactly. Lana Del Rey. That's exactly the girl. If you took that aesthetic on your Instagram and you start posting only that kind of thing, and you get to that thing and these colors and stuff, and you make it like beautiful, and maybe not post, when you have a photo, you tend to post more or less the same picture that is almost the same, like 4 times. I think you should only do lines of 3, and try to not post pictures that look the same, more or less, like those 4 last that you post. And then if you get that Lana Del Rey style, and you get that aesthetic and colors, and you some pastel-y colors, salmon, whatever, and then you will attract people from the aesthetic, and only some people will come just for that, but it will attract main people. And then if people want to see stuff that is more sexier, then they can go on your OnlyFans, and then in OnlyFans that hell goes loose. But that would be, I don't know, that I think this is the right strategy. I think this is a good strategy. Oh, you try a Spanish part? For a long time I didn't rap in Spanish. There you go. See? Telling you. Oh, she's Hispanic? I don't know. I'm not even sure. I just know that she's that girl from New York, and that I love her music. But I like her stuff, but I don't know her that much. But whenever I saw her stuff, her Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's what she should do, but the name was not coming. So I was just like trying to remember, and then I remember that thing with the comment she said about Beyonce and stuff, and then when you said the name, I was like, yep, that's exactly the aesthetic that I believe that would be great. Because most of these girls on Instagram, most of my friends who are in Miami, they all have the, big boobs, very colorful, very, big apartments, and on the boat, all that stuff. And it works, but there's too many of that already. And another aesthetic that a lot of people use is what was the name of this group? Something Suicide, but that was on Twitter. That was on Tumblr. Back then, there were a lot of girls, Suicide Girls, I think. A lot of tattoos, sexy photos, a lot of tattoos. That was interesting as well. But I believe that for you, that's the perfect thing. But you have to take your production of your Instagram just a notch up. Work your photos with Facetune, with put some filters with Snapseed, and start finding, because To give you an example, there we go. I'm getting sidetracked already. To give you an example, what's the name of this? This is for example, one of my favorite Instagram ever she's a German photographer. Her name is Jacqueline Mikutas. And what I love about her Instagram is the colors. So if you check her Instagram, you see all the photos have the same aesthetic because of the color. It's the same color palette everywhere. And when you look at the Instagram, you get, she has this desaturated salmony colors, but it's more, all the blues are desaturated, and the blacks are contrasty, and it gives her Instagram, even if you don't go to one particular photo, you just enjoy her Instagram because they really have all the colors looking the same. And you see the blues are a little desaturated. Everything is more or less desaturated. The oranges and the red are almost, I would not say black and white, but she really has a color that goes with her Instagram. And this is what you want to do. I know it's more for influencers and stuff, but even with somebody who's into something sexier, when you take care of the aesthetic of your Instagram, it creates something. If you look at my Instagram, for example, my Instagram also has more or less, of course it's different. I do lines of free posts like this and then everything. But if you look at the way my colors, when I do a photo, I always use more or less the same color. I always have the same aesthetic. Of course, because I have different types of posts, it's different, right? But whenever I post a photo, I usually have my filter that I like, that I usually use. And you can see it on every photo I do. You see, this is a photo of me and Galas. You see, it's always, but of course, because I have so many different posts on my Instagram, you don't really see it. But I also have my, with me the blues are a little tinted toward purple. The color pop a lot, so it's very different from what she does. But my Instagram, if I put a black and white photo, I'm gonna put 3 more, because I want somebody who doesn't enter my profile to be able to just know that it's lines of free. So when I do promo of my shada wear stuff, you see, I will put free. If I put phrases, I'm gonna put free. You see, when I post something from Club Shada, I'm gonna post one, then I'm gonna put a photo, then I'm gonna put another one. And I think it's important to have to create a certain aesthetic in your visuals, because today the world is a visual thing, and people are more attracted, first of all, and the first thing they see is the visuals, especially in a world when you look at your feed. If you go to your feed, you see, if I go to my feed, I'm gonna have so many photos coming from everywhere. You see what I mean? And because there's so many photos coming from everywhere, you tend to stop at the things that will attract your eyes. For example, this post from Dino, look at all these yellow and stuff. This makes you want to click, you see, or good black and white from my good sister Noella. It's there's this thing about when everything is visual, what counts is what's gonna make you come out compared to everybody else is gonna be your visual. What is, and there's a lot of people who don't really think about that when they post. They just post, and they don't realize that a lot of people will come for the visual thing. Like I love to go to the first Instagram I show you, the Mikutas one. I love to come to her profile just because of those colors. I love those colors so much. Like every time I look at her profile, I just like, wow, how they do it. Like I would love to have that filter, to be able to do the same as these colors for maybe for a CD cover or something. And that's the thing that make me go from a profile to another. And of course, everybody will have a different reason to come to a profile, but I believe that when something is appealing to the eyes, especially in a, everybody has a phone and they're swiping up. What will make the difference and will make them stop usually is something that catches their eyes. And whatever you are trying to sell or not, if you want people to follow and to whatever you are trying to do, right? The visuals are super important. Some people, they are party promoters and their Instagram is full of flyers. And usually I unfollow because it's just, listen, if you just want to put flyers, just take an ad so we can, we see it. But I had a friend who had an Instagram with just flyers, and I told him, hey, listen, have a photograph, come to your parties and take nice photos of the people, beautiful people having fun, smiling, to show the atmosphere of your party, people dancing, etc. And then from time to time put a flyer, and you will see that you will have more engagement and more people coming to your profile, first to look for themselves and to comment on the photos from their friends. And after every party, people will come to see the photos. And this engagement will make that the time when you put a flyer, you will have way more people watching the flyer than if it's just flyers. It's boring for people. And it's very important to think of those things whenever you are, in your visual art. My goal is to delete my main, and when your pick and restart with better pics inspired by Lana. Vintage sexy shadow web page will be my next photo on IG with a link to the shop. Beautiful. When you take those photos for my shop, send them to me and I will edit them for my shop. And so maybe you can see like how it looks. I hate it when people added me on Facebook just to spam me with their events. Oh, bro. This made me crazy. Like, and even on Instagram, like, some people, they only spam you with links about this, that. Is something like, me, the few people that I sent the link to my show when it starts is really people that I feel are interested in it. And if anyone tells me, hey, you don't need to send them to me, I'll just, and sometimes when I talk to people, I say, hey, if you don't mind, but I don't send to more than, I don't know, probably 10 people receive my Club Shada link on WhatsApp. Then I post on my Twitter, I post on my thing, but I don't send messages to everyone. It's annoying. Like, if I really, when I'm gonna like plan to push the Club Shada a little bit this year, I'm gonna take ads. I'm gonna take ads that lead you to the latest episode on YouTube directly, so that people can discover episodes and come. Or maybe if I take from on Instagram, I will push maybe one of the videos and then let the people decide if after watching a video they are interested in coming for more. And a lot of people, they don't understand that sometimes it's too much. You have to be able to do a balance between publicity, and the rest. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the Shada Gang. Bruce says welcome. Hello, Emmanuel. It's afternoon for you. It's 1 a.m. here. So I don't know if you are aware of something that happened. The worst part was people identifying you on every flight. When the feature wasn't even meant for you to work for that, and you couldn't remove the tag option from photos. You had to unfriend. Listen. Every week I go to Instagram to remove myself from people tagging me in. Like, there's a lot of artists. They tag me in stuff that I don't care and I'm not interested in, and I'm not even in the photo, or people tag me. And me, if you tag me somewhere and I realize that I have nothing to do with your photo, my only thing I do is untag myself. That's the only thing I do. And people are so desperate for the attention of the social media that they will do everything. They tag you in every fucking photo when you're like, yo, I'm not interested in your photo. I'm like, and me, all the people who tag me in stuff, I just untag myself. I don't even try to understand what's going on here. I just untag myself. And the others, people who tag me because they dance on my song, of course, yeah, I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna like. But some people, there's a guy in Angola, I forgot his name. Like, he tags me in every post, and like, sometimes I'm gonna block this guy, but then I'm like, like, he just don't understand. And then, yeah, some people tag you in everything. Some fans tag you also in everything, and you're like, yo. People. What do I see? Another thing crazy that happened this week was the Wall Street craziness with Robinhood users. I don't know if you are interested, or if you know anything about stock options, Wall Street, about cryptocurrencies. Me, I've been investing in stock options for a little more than a year now, and in cryptocurrencies, actually, I would say that I've been investing for maybe 3 to 4 years, but I never put a lot of money in it. I really started seriously investing in cryptocurrencies this year, but I've known about Bitcoins and XRPs and Ethereum and the major 4 or 5 coins for 10 years now. But for some reason I didn't invest. I should have. I would be rich today, so let's put the cryptos on a side. How does the stock option, the markets, la bourse, how it works usually is, if you believe in a company, you can buy a piece of the company for any price. Can cost from $1 or even less to $3,000 for Amazon, for example. And depending on how many people are, buying or selling, the more people buy, the more the price goes up, and the more people sell, the price goes down. And if you arrive early and of course this is not based on mathematics or stuff, it's based on the people's sentiment. If the investors are scared of something, I don't know, you have a bad month and you don't make the money, or your earnings are bad, or for example, all the planes cannot fly because of a pandemic, then all the plane companies' stock will tank. So it happened in March. Delta Airlines, American Airlines, JetBlue, all these companies, Air France, all went down because they could not sell any ticket because they could not fly for 8 months. So all their stocks went down. And as an investor, it's your decision to ask yourself, okay, these things cost, let's say it cost $100, and now it went down to 20. It went down to 20 because the planes can't fly. If you buy at 100 and you put, let's say you buy one share for 100 and it goes down to 20, you just lost 80, right? If you buy 10 shares when it costs 100 and it's for 1,000 and it goes down to 20, then you lost 800 and now you only have 200. Now, if you think and you start understanding all the correlation between why the stock goes down and why it goes up, you can say to yourself what I said to myself about the plane companies in the beginning of last year in March. I saw the stock, the price of all the plane companies go down, and I waited to see how hard it would go down, and then I bought Delta at 8, American Airlines at 13, 14, 15, 20, I don't remember. Delta, I bought a bunch of them, not a lot of money. I put like 200 here, 200 here, 200 here. And I bought everything when everything was down, saying to myself, one day the planes will fly, or one day they'll find a vaccine eventually. When they find a vaccine, or when they announce that they found a vaccine, all the stocks will go up again. So let me give you an example. It's better. We talk about everything here, but to give you an example, let me take, for example, JetBlue, which is my favorite company in the US. I love this company. It's let me see, JetBlue. How do I see the JetBlue Airways? I guess it must be this. Okay, so to give you an example, it's a good example because it's something that I actually did. If you take, for example, JetBlue, seems like I'm hiding the information. Leave me alone. Let me see if I can push this a little bit. No, I can't. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Okay, I think I have to remove myself from the picture. Okay, to give you an example, this is just before we declare pandemic. No, it's after, but here in February, this is when we are starting to see that this is becoming something that is worldwide. It's been like a January, February, everything is going crazy and every country is shutting their borders. So Europe closed their borders, America, and all the planes, you start seeing videos everywhere. I don't remember exactly the dates, right? But you start having this moment where all the plane companies, they have to leave every plane on the tarmac and there's no more flying. And you see the price of JetBlue was at 22 and it fell until 6.92. When it arrived here, probably here at 9 or 7, I don't remember, I I bought, I don't remember, I don't know how much shares. Let me see. I bought JetBlue. I didn't buy that much. I was still, I was still playing with I was still trying to. Oh, but I bought 26 shares. So I bought my 26 shares at a price of. I bought it even before. No, I bought my shares in March. So I bought here on the 23rd of March when it was low. It went up a bit. I bought here. I bought on the 24th of March at $8. I bought all my shares. I bought 20 shares or a little bit more for $160. Yeah, for $160. And then I was like, okay, if I buy here, I hope that when they announce a vaccine, the price will go up. So time went down, when they announced a vaccine, that they found a vaccine around here, I think. And you see the price spiked a bit and then it came down a bit, but then you see it's been going up ever since. And we are now here. The price of the shares is now 15, and maybe we'll go back to where it was before, 22. But even if it stays here and it never goes over 15, I have now, my shares are now worth, my 26 shares are worth $379. So I made 34% because I was like, this will go up. Same thing I bought some Tesla when he was at I think I bought Tesla at 300 and now at 200, and I sold it at 2,000. It went up like crazy during the pandemic, and so I made some great financial gains while I was at the thing, because I was kind of understanding what was going on, more or less, in terms of it's not like you can say I know what things are going up and down, but I kind of had an idea of what was going on. And so I've been investing some of my money, not everything, because I never I'm not a financial advisor, but if there's an advice I give to people is don't put all your money. Put what you can, put what you can lose. Like in the rule number one is, if you have 200, make sure that you can lose all this money and it will not make you go crazy. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I should put 50 here, 100 here, 100 here. Every 2-3 weeks I was spending a little bit of the money I was making. And I've been making some great gains. And this is how the stock option work, more or less. Of course, there's some things that are a little bit more complicated. And what happened this week is even worse than that. So what happened with the GameStop thing? To try to you were mining crypto back in the days. I should have done that, yo. So you have to understand the concept of what is shorting. So in the stock option, shorting is like the next level. It's you can buy, and there's a lot of ways that you can buy stock options. You can buy directly at the price where it is. For example, something cost something cost 100, and you can buy it at the price of the market for 100. You can also buy before the market opens, and you can say I want to buy when it reach 80, for example. And then the act of shorting is betting against a stock. Let's say that I have a stock, is worth 100, and you are saying that you believe that this stock will go down. The stock will go down, and it will go, the company, you are betting against the company and you say, oh, I believe this will go down to 50. So I'm buying 100 shares, but at 50. So what happens is that somebody will, the house, if I can say, Wall Street, will lend you 100 shares, but at the price of 50. So now those shares they cost, let's say, they cost so 100 by 50, that's 5,000. And if effectively the shares go down from 100 to 50, not only you make your 5,000, but you also make the difference, which is another 5,000. So because it went down from 100 to 50, you make 100,000, and then you give back the 50 that you own to the bank, to Wall Street, and you keep your 50. So it's a way to do a bet that you're gonna make X amount. And if it goes even more down, you can even make more money. This is what shorting is. But if the price, instead of going down to 50, it goes up to 150, then you have to pay the difference, because you have to buy to remove your position, which means if you say, okay, you know, I don't want these shares anymore, you have to pay. So if you say, hey, I'm gonna buy this share, I'm gonna buy 100 of them at 50, it's gonna cost you 5,000. If it arrives to exactly 50, not only you pay 50, but you gain another, you pay 5,000 and you gain another 5,000. But if the price goes up to 150, and now the price of the shares is 15,000, you have to pay 15,000. And this is what shorting is. And a lot of people, a lot of these hedge funds, they kind of know what goes on. They have a lot of information, computers, top-notch people, and that's what they do. They short companies when they're like, this company is gonna die soon. The price is 10. I'm sure it's gonna go to 1. I'm gonna buy for $1 million. I bet $1 million that this will go to 1. When it arrives to 1, you make $10 million because it's 1 plus the difference. And what happened was that there's a group on Reddit called Wall Street Bets, and there was a guy who. So there's this stock called GameStop. GameStop is the stock of a company. I know in France we had something similar called Micromania, and GameStop is more or less the same thing. Okay. It's a mini. And GameStop is more or less the same thing. It's video games. It was a video game shop, but with everything becoming digital, especially video games, those people are now. These people are now kind of dying. The company is dying, and there's one person who invested 50,000 on this company, on stocks, just thinking, I believe in this company, it might work. And then people start rallying behind them, and they discovered that the people, the big hedge funds of Wall Street, they hedged against that company. They shorted that company. The hedge funds, they shorted that company, and they were saying, no, we believe that this will go down. And then you have a bunch of people on the internet with the application Robinhood who decided to buy, and they made the stock go from the $5 that it was up to $450. So that person who invested 50,000 made 22 or 30 or 40 million, I don't remember. And all the company who bet against that stock lost billions. I think around $40 billion for all these hedge funds. And it created a big controversy, big problems, and a lot of small people, if a stock goes from 5 to 450, it means that the stock went up multiplied by 90, meaning that if you have 100 euros and you invested in game. So let me see when, because I have to look exactly with the dates, but the GameStop. Let me do it well. GameStop, because this was really like the craziness of this week. So if you look at the price of this action, I have to move myself again. If you look at the price of this action in, let's say, the price of GameStop in September was $5, and he stayed more or less until, look, it was at $15, $20 in January 21st, right? Then all these guys on Reddit decided that they want to pump that stock, and they start pumping, putting, and they were like, yeah, let's go. And the price went from 20 in January 21. On January 27, so 6 days later, it went up to 350, and almost, I think it went way more. I don't know how you loop in this one, but it went up to 400 and something, 450, and then it went back down to 200, and now it went back down to 300. So if you buy here on the top and it goes down, you lost your money. But if you buy here on the 21st of January, if you put here, let's say here on the 12th of January, right? It's 15, and it goes up to 450, where it went up. If you put 100, you get 800. If you put 1,000, if you put 1,000, you get. If you put 100, you get 8,000. If you put 1,000, you get 80,000. If you put 10,000, you get 800,000. If you put 100,000, if you had 100,000, you get 80 million. So this is absolutely crazy. And 8 million. 8 million. 8 million. And this is absolutely crazy. He made all the hedge funds try to redefine the game, because they decided that it's not normal that all these small motherfuckers are destroying our business. And Robinhood decided to prevent people from trading that stock for a little bit of time, and then everybody start going from stock to stock. They decided to make other things pump. They decided to make AMC, the movies, because all the movie theaters are closed. So because they're closed, the stock is going down as well. And they were like, okay, let's make it go up because it costs 5. So they make AMC Cinema goes from 5. They make AMC Cinema go from 5 to 15. A bunch of little stock like Nokia is not like what it used to be. They were trying to pump everything. And the thing is this: if you are like 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 100,000 people on Instagram or on Reddit, on a group, and you all decide that you're gonna put 100, all of you, on the same stock, the price goes up. And if all of you at the same time, you are here in your forum, you decided, yeah, we're gonna all put money in this stock, you make the price go up, and then all of you say, okay, we arrive to 100 or 200 or 300 or 400, and then everybody sells. Everybody who put 100, when you sell, if it goes from 5 to 450, you put 100, you go out of the thing with 9,000. So it's Some people lost money, of course, but a lot of people made a ton of money. Some people make millions. The guy who put 50,000 made 40 million, etc., etc. And I mean, I didn't go in that one because sometimes I stay careful. I don't like to. But hey, listen, on 21st of January, I didn't hear about it. If I did, because me, I don't, it's something about the stock market that I believe is that when you lost the party, you lost the train. When you lost the train, you lost the train. It's okay. Party's over. When it's already going up too much, when it was at 300, I could have bought at 300 and see if it goes to 400, right? But to me, if it came from 5 and it's at 300, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to risk going from buying at 300 and then it goes down to 100 and my 100 becomes 30 and I'm pissed. So yeah, if I heard about this whole thing and the whole chatter on Twitter and everything about that on when it was at 20, yeah, I would have put 500 because I have a few stocks. I would have sell something, maybe a little bit of Tesla, a little bit of Apple, something, put it there, put 500 there. Make my 500 multiply by 90, so my 500 would be worth 40,000, and then I would resell and put it back to Tesla, Apple, and or some Bitcoins or some whatever. And it's super interesting because it showed the power of when people band together about something. And but hey, it's. It is also crazy because, yeah, now we are approaching into the greatest depression. Everything is about to crash. The American petrodollar is already dead. Oh yeah, it's better to invest in yuan on the Chinese market. You are saying some things. I mean, the Americans will not. I mean, hey, listen, we'll see, but. This is why a lot of people prefer putting their money, especially with the Americans, the number of dollars that they printed to do all this stimulus check and stuff to keep the economy afloat. They printed so much dollar that the dollar is losing in value as fast, and so a lot of people are buying Bitcoins or other coins to do that. So that's crazy. Robinhood shot themselves in the foot. What up, Elise? I'm thinking about becoming a trader. There you go. You are very wise. These are all excellent moves. Thank you. Hey, I try. I don't know if sometimes we try. Market speculation made my friend lose his first million in Swedish krona, almost $100,000 in one day. This hurts. Listen, I hold Bitcoins. I don't have Bitcoins. I don't have a full Bitcoins, but I have 0.22 Bitcoins. It's worth more or less. It was worth 500 when I bought them. So back in March, in the middle of the pandemic, I remember I wake up one day and so it's pandemic, so I'm not doing shows. I'm just making money from my streamings and my stuff. And so in February, this is the moment where I pay my rent for either the whole year or sometimes 6 months. So because it was the beginning of the pandemic and stuff, I paid 6 months of rent. So my bank account for the next and I pay all the things. I pay the school for the kids, the crash for Asia, things, regular chief of family life, right? So in March, I'm waiting for my money from YouTube or my money from some streaming and stuff. But I know that I'm gonna get some money. I know I'm gonna get paid from YouTube on the 20th on the 20th, and I knew I was supposed to receive some money on the 15th as well. So I knew I was about to get some money. But in March, I had in my checking accounts, I had 3,000 or 4,000 euros or something like that. And it was beginning of the quarantine, full pandemic mode. The world is going crazy, and the last thing you want to do is speculate with your money, right? I know I'm about to receive some money, 5 or 6,000, I don't remember, in 5 days. And the Bitcoin went down to 3,000 euros at 4 a.m. I remember I was there. I just finished one club shada. I was online, and then Bitcoin arrives to $3,000. And I look at my bank account. I'm like, yo, maybe I should buy a whole Bitcoin. But then I didn't think about the rest of the money that I had invested, because it's not that I only had 3,000 in my bank account. I also had like something like, I don't know, I remember 20,000 or something invested. So I could have, in case of emergency, I could have sold some stuff if I needed. But I didn't think about that. It was 4 a.m. I was tired. I was like, okay, do I risk all my money and I stay with 500 euros in my bank account for the next 5 days? And I mean, we at home, but you never know. And I was like, and I buy a whole Bitcoin or not? And then I said to myself, nah, it's too risky. Let me not take those risks. And I was tired, because if I was sharp that day, I wouldn't even use the money from my bank account. I would have sold some XRP, sold some Ethereum, sold some stock from something, like a little bit of all my stocks, not too much, just 100 of a few of my stock until I have 3,000 and buy it. But it was late, and I just said to myself, it's too risky. I don't want to risk that. I have a family to feed. There's a lot of people who depend on me. I'm not going to speculate on that with that money. I took the safe bet. At that moment, 4 a.m., I still bought, and everybody was saying, Bitcoin is dead, Bitcoin is dead. I still bought 500, because you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy $10 in Bitcoin. You can buy 100. You can buy. I bought 0.22 Bitcoin for 500. I was like, let me just take them. The next hour, I remember I called Buddy Sadva. I was like, yo, Buddy, did you see the price of the Bitcoin? He was like, yo, that's crazy. And then by the time I call him, I hang up, Bitcoin is already at 4,000. In the morning, it was at 5,000. And then it went up until it arrived last month to 40,000. So my 500 Bitcoins, my 500 euros in Bitcoin, which is 0.22 Bitcoin, when the Bitcoin arrived to 40,000, my 0.22 Bitcoins arrived to 8,000. And that's how I bought that Prada bag for my wife. It was with that 500 that I spent that transformed into 8,000. I took 1,000 out of it, which is 0 point something Bitcoins. I took the 1,000. I bought the bag. So me, I already won in that operation. But of course, I wish I bought a full Bitcoin, because it would be worth so much money. But hey, I'm not a person who regrets, and I'm not a person who gets excited about those things. For me, it's like everything else. I'm very cold. I'm very mathematic. I just take decisions, and I like to take decisions that I will not regret. So I just take them, and I'm just like, too risky. I don't do it. If I lose an opportunity, I'm like, yeah, next time, So after that, with all these things that's been happening right now, I still have my 0.21 Bitcoins, right? And all these Reddit boys are going crazy. And now what they are saying that their next target, so that was 3 days ago. So that's crazy. Elon Musk tweeted something about Dogecoin. I don't remember what he said. And he just said, oh, Dogecoin. And he likes to have fun about this thing. Dogecoin is like a cryptocurrency, but it's not really useful. It's just a fun project, whatever. It's worth 0.008. So it's worth nothing. And I don't know why. 4 days or 5 days ago, I was like, let me buy some Dogecoin. And I bought nothing. I was just like, you know what? You never know in this life. This costs nothing. Let me buy 50 euros of that. So I took 50 euros and I bought 7,000 Dogecoins. So it's worth nothing. But what I remember was that at a point with 50 euros, you could have 7,000 Bitcoins as well. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy 50 euros of Dogecoins and leave them there. So I went to Binance, which is a website. I'll have to put the link down below for you too if you want to buy some cryptos. But I went to Binance. I paid $50, turned them into Dogecoins. Now I had 7,000 Dogecoins. 2 days after, the Wall Street bet guys, the same guys who made all these stocks explode, they decide that they want to make Dogecoin pump. And the Dogecoin, my 7,000 Dogecoin went from $50 to $380, just like that. And I was like, yo. I didn't sell them. I just kept them, and then I think it went down to 200. But yeah, some people, they bought, let's say, so it's a multiplication by 7. So let's say you put, if you know these guys are gonna get crazy on the Dogecoin, let's say you put 10,000 euros on that, it get multiplied by 7 in 4 hours, and your 1,000 euros becomes 7,000 euros. But if you put 10,000, it becomes 70,000, and then you sell you out. This is something I could have done, but to me, I was not even thinking about all that. I was just like, hey, let me just put them there for the future. So it's still there. I still have my 7,000 Dogecoins. And now those guys are saying that they want to pump XRP tomorrow. And for XRP is different because XRP, I've been investing in XRP for 4 years. XRP is the 4th largest cryptocurrency. So you have Bitcoin, which is the big one, then Ethereum, and then for a long time you had XRP number 3. And I've had 10,000 XRP forever. They cost me nothing, and it's been going up and up and up and up. And since they've been saying like crazy that they want to pump up the XRP, I don't know if it will work or if I don't know. But I took a little bit of my 0.22 Bitcoins, which are worth I don't know, 5,000 euros or 6,000 euros. I took half of them, so 0.11 Bitcoins. I turned them into 3,000 euros, and then I put them into my XRP to have 20,000 XRPs. So if it pumps tomorrow, who knows? If it goes up, I see how much the 3,000 is worth out now. If it pumps up tomorrow, let's say my 3,000, my 20,000 XRP, let's say it arrives to $1, for example. I will have 20,000. I will just remove the amount that was the 3,000 and I will put it back to Bitcoin. And I would have made, 6,000 in a few hours. And so it's a speculation. It's fun. It's fun to watch. But again, I don't use money for that I need. I only work with money and if you understand more or less how the market works, and you understand that it's a question of the sentiment of the people, or here masses of people on the internet and their power, and you have some money to invest, this is those times where millionaires can be made and millions can be lost. But It was fun. So we'll see tomorrow, you know. It's very funny to see the hedge funds crying. Same guys that shorted Tesla a few months ago. Yeah. It's, you know me, I'm not a rob the rich guy. Because I don't come from a poor family, so I don't hate people who made money. I'm a capitalist myself. But to me, the game is the game. So if I believe that if you do shorting, you know what you're risking. So yeah, you know. So yeah, that was it. That was the Dodge went up 35 today. For real? No, let me see. You know, I didn't even check. I didn't check at all. Let me see my wallet. Oh yeah, my $50 that I put in Dodge is back to 350. Wow, they did it. Nice. Yeah, it went up. Went 34%. Yeah. If it goes a little bit up again, I don't know if I'll sell it. I'm just gonna keep it. It's fun. Like this morning, my bitcoins, my XRP, because XRP has been pumping a bit. I remember I woke up this morning. I called Buddy. I said, "Yo, Buddy, I just lost 2,000 euros," and because the XRP just went down. And then I call him again in the afternoon, or maybe 1 hour later. I said, "Oh, I made my 2,000 back." And then I was thinking, like, I just have like 20,000 coins, but I imagine those who have like 1 million coins, like depending on a few percent, you can make or lose like 10,000, 100,000, just like that. That's you have to have your heart steady to not make stupid moves or to FOMO in, etc. You really have to be like chill. I'm waiting endlessly to invest in Starlink and Neuralink, but Elon don't want to make those companies public. Bro, you and me are investing in there, that's for sure. Oh yeah. It's not Dodge, it's Doge. No, it's Dodge. There's no second D. You just bought now? I mean, I bought when it was worth nothing. It's going, but it's still worth nothing. It's still something. You can put 100 there and leave it there, because you know, if those guys make it go from 0.00 something to 1, yeah, you can make money. Then you put it back to something more stable or back to euros. Yeah, anyway, I'm trying to keep this show under, as always. It's February already, damn. I wanted to, before I want to talk about the, I think mining crypto is it's better than buying it. I learned it from my Chinese friend in China. The government sponsored mining farms with free electricity. Yeah, of course. I mean, mining was really interesting for me when it comes not to the other cryptos, but when it comes to Bitcoin in 2009. But I wouldn't even have mine in 2009. I would have, and it's I don't know why I didn't buy it, but it's just life. Yeah, it was worth the same as Dodge. I would just arrive and buy like 50,000 Bitcoins for a few hundred euros back in 2009, and today would be worth 88 million or 200 million or something. But hey, you know. But this is what I learned from that was, let me invest in those coins today that maybe will never explode, but at least if one of them explode, I've invested in a few of them. And you know, like some of them I just put 10 euros, 20 euros. When you have some spare change, you just put some pepper money on all of them, and then yeah, if you have one of them is the next Bitcoin, even if you invested like $20, maybe your $20 can be worth like 30,000 in a few years. And it's a question of patience. It's like everything else, you know. You just learn to play the game. You start small, and then you see what goes on, and then yeah, you know, you try to never put all your money in there, because hey, listen, everybody's talking about all these people who all are the small guy who won against the hedge funds. They're talking about the success stories. Trust me, a bunch of people lost money as well. A lot of people, they put all their money when they were seeing everything go up, and maybe they when you arrive at 450, a lot of people were saying like, oh yeah, listen, this is going crazy, and they go on Reddit, people saying, listen, let's take it to another 100, let's take it to 2,000, let's go, my guys, let's go. And then you're like, yeah, let's go. You take all your money, all your saving, the 30,000 that you have on your account, and you just put everything there, and then it goes from 450 back to 100, and your 300, your 3,000, your 30,000 just becomes 5,000. All of us. And these also happened to some people. Some people also lost a lot of money. And yeah, and that's the problem of a lot of these people who are taking this as another game. And I mean, you know, some people, they love the adrenaline. Some people, they're a little more financially, you know, literate. Me, I take it like everything else. It's an investment. My goal is to make money and not lose money. Of course, you're not going to always make the right choices, but if you invest in a calm manner, you invest money that you have, and you invest money that you don't really need, and you invest it in a diversified way, yeah, you might, you know. Litecoin and Doja, the future of cryptocurrencies. Don't forget about Acorn coin. I already forgot about it. Yeah, we'll see. I believe I'm a believer in the XRP protocol. But as always, I put a little bit in everything. I want to see what Facebook gonna do with the Libra thing, but it's hard to trust Facebook these days. But hey, we'll see. You know. So listen, enough boring. I don't know. All of a sudden, it's only guys here talking about cryptos. Ladies, are you still here? If you're still here, maybe you are taking notes, or maybe you are investing right now. Put me some hearts. Si on fiche bien avec ton argent, you do it well. Thank you. It's important. Let me go talk to you. You know, let me talk to you about. Let me talk to you about the goldfish. What do I mean about the goldfish? You know, the more I look at today's society, the more I realize that the internet, as if the internet was a person. When I see all the tweets, when I see all the drama, when I see how something takes the attention of everybody, like, and the whole world is tweeting and talking about it and posting and going crazy about it, and then after 7 days, everybody is on to the next subject, like if this subject didn't happen. Well, if the internet has the memory of a goldfish. People go crazy. People go so crazy on things. People receive so much information that they end up forgetting everything. There's so much information. That is crazy. I will put the link on all the apps that I've been talking about and that I use to invest in. I will put the links on the description to Revolut, to Coinbase, and Binance. Those are the three that I use. You know, people and the media is the worst part is this. The media used to be a place where you could get serious information, almost unbiased. But the media as well is part of the circus. Every tweet, everything, like everything has to be in news because the media are fighting for the attention of everybody just same way as we are. You know, there's 24 hours in a day. There's 2 billion people or 3 billion people who are connected to the internet, right? And in 24 hours, if you get the attention of the people, you make money from the ads. And this business model is creating all the drama that is happening right now. I remember very well when I had 10,000 followers on Facebook, and I would post a photo and I would have 10,000 likes on my photo. Today, my Facebook has 800,000 followers, and when I post a photo, I got 10 likes. And it's not because people are not interested in my Facebook. It's just because Facebook tweaked the algorithm in a way that they are just interested in engagement instead of the rest, because they want to sell this engagement to the people who buy ads. And this business model is hurting the world because everybody is acting like goldfishes. People talk to you about something and then they forget. Like, do you know the number of times people have been angry at Kanye West for the stupid things he says sometimes? And it seems like a month later, everybody's celebrating his music and everybody's like, yo, you know what? Like, no, we forgive you, Kanye. And listen, I don't know for you guys. I'm a person. It's not a question I don't forgive or whatever, or it's not that I don't have to be angry at somebody. I'm not angry at celebrities because they are not my friends. When a celebrity says something stupid, I don't get angry like crazy, and I don't get sad, and I don't care that much. I'm just like, okay, that was stupid. I don't need to go on Twitter to fight with other people every time Trump says something or whenever there's a new Samsung phone. I don't go with in all the Samsung videos to say, you stupid guys, you should buy an iPhone. You should buy an iPhone. And like, when somebody says, "Oh, I'm listening to some R. Kelly," I don't go, you have to mute them. We can't. You don't have the right to listen to. And the internet is making people not only super emotional about everything, but at the same time, they forget everything quick because of the amount of information that they receive every day. Ask yourself one thing. Do you remember the photos that you saw on Instagram last week? Today is what? Today is Sunday. Ask yourself if you remember any of the photo that you've seen last Sunday. I don't even remember what I saw this morning. And this world where information is thrown at us constantly, where CNN is making breaking news every hour. And then if you are like me and you are interested in geopolitics and you are interested in the connection between what happens in one country and another, so you have families in different countries like me, it means that you watch American information, you watch French information, you get information from Congo through WhatsApp and Twitter, and then you watch the information of Portugal because that's where you live. That's me, for example. So all this is already, I'm receiving information in 3 different languages and about different countries, and plus tweets, plus, you go on Twitter, you look at your timeline, there's a bunch of stuff going on. And then you have to ask yourself, me personally, I know how to process the information, and for real, it is hard to make me emotional when I see a tweet or when I see information. When I understand who said there's a pandemic, I was like, oh shit, like it's happening. So then I watched a bunch of information about it, but then because everybody was going crazy with the info, I cut it down at a point. I was like, yo, chill. Let me find the sources that for me are viable about all this, and I'm gonna follow them, but not every day, because I cannot have people crazily telling me how many people every day, the counts, the this, the that, and talking about it like crazy. Even like when Trump and Trump supporters invaded the Capitol in the US, my whole YouTube was only about this. My whole Twitter was only about this. So at a point, I consumed that information for 2-3 days because it was interesting to me to see the implication of it, and I was like interested about it. I was not angry. It's not my country. I don't live there. So I was just like, yo, this is crazy. And I was like talking to my friend, yo, it was a subject of debate and of conversation, but I was not crazy at these guys. They invade the Capitol, like, it doesn't have an immediate effect on me. I'm just like, wow, like, okay, the democracy in America seems to be fragile right now, and I knowing the American, I know they're gonna make a whole movie about it, and there's gonna be movies in a few years. It's gonna be like that's what they do, and but for me, I know how to take a few step backs with the information and look at it and be like, okay. So for example, there's a guy, he's an inmate, and he was arrested for marijuana trafficking back 8 years ago, and they gave him a life sentence for that, and it's a non-violent crime and stuff. So people have been advocating for him to be free, because now marijuana is legal in Los Angeles. And just before he leave office, Trump granted him pardon, presidential pardon. Black guy, Los Angeles and stuff. And finally, this guy could be reunited with his kids after 8 years. So that was a beautiful moment for him, and that was beautiful. So I put a comment. Well, listen, whether you like Trump or not, this family will never forget the gift of a lifetime that he gave for them. 10 minutes later, I received a bunch of email that people are commenting on my post, and of course, yeah, what about those that did that? What about the Mexican? What about the family? What about What's wrong with people? I'm talking about this particular subject, and you want to be angry so much about everything that you cannot even say, okay, on this case, that you know. And people are taking everything so personal these days. We had an amazing conversation last week about kizomba dancing, about compa, about zouk, about all these things. Actually sparked a lot of conversation on Instagram. I received a lot of messages. A lot of people are interested in my documentaries that I was talking about. There's a lot of people who are interested in even investing in it. And a lot of people are also interested in the things that I've been saying about dance and stuff. But it's the same thing. A lot of people also are angry at the fact that I'm saying that it's all right that people are dancing urban kids or whatever. And me, I'm like, but why do you care so much? You know? And those who care so much, sometimes they're not even like, it's not even their own culture. They're like, ah. And I'm just like, I understand that things have to be labeled right. People have to be taught. But angry mobs are not serving the purpose that you think. And for me, it's me. More and more, all these people who are defending whatever cause it is, those who are defending Africans, black people, LGBT plus, feminists, etc., etc. With the internet, it seems like the people who hold a little bit of power because they have 10,000 followers or 100,000 followers, and they can, from one tweet, they can create the swarm of craziness on somebody, or Beyonce fans or Nicki Minaj fans or whatever. I think they are not understanding the responsibility that it is to have followers and to be able to send your followers to somebody. And a lot of these people it's me, it's not, but for me, a lot of these people are becoming tyrannic. And they sometimes make loads of people, hordes of people come to people, sometimes not even knowing or caring about the fact that those people might be innocent. Because those people online, and because they have a short attention span, and the swarms of people that they send to you also have a short attention span because they all have goldfish brains, they're gonna attack you for a week. They're gonna do death threats. They go crazy. And sometimes, if you tell those people, listen, you cannot be the popular accuser, the popular jury, the popular court, and the popular judge, and at the same time, the popular sentence executioner. This is not how justice works. And you have to understand that if you think somebody is guilty of something, things have to go by how the law works. And anybody who is not yet proven guilty is supposedly innocent. But what's happening online right now is that people, media, social media is just creating a world where people, they read tweets, they all decide together, or there's one person who says he's guilty, he's a rapist, or he's a this, or he's a homophobic, or he's a racist, and then you got masses jumping on you for a week, and then after a week everybody forgot because they're on to the next one. And when this happens, it's hard for mental health, right? But all you need to do sometimes is just turn off your Twitter turn off the internet, watch some movies for a week, and then you come back, people forgot about you. Because people, they just, from one to the next every day, like and and some people, they wake up, they need to be angry at something. They're looking at, like, when you, and in a way, I know that I want to grow my community here on Club Shada. I want to multiply it by 10, but at the same time, I'm scared that with more people come a bunch of idiots. So I'd rather expand slowly and not do publicity and let the word of mouth make this show better and better. Listen, now every show, every show we arrive to 300 people minimum. So it's a process that is going on great. Sometimes we now arrive to 700. Sometimes we arrive at the end around 400. And maybe one day it's going to be, hey, there's 5,000 people. That's amazing. It depends on the subject. It depends, but it's a show that I don't promote at all from the beginning. I'm 83 episodes. I never did any promo. But that's because I really want the people who come here to not arrive in places where the chat is going crazy with people who are yelling about things. Like, I see some chat rooms sometimes, I'm at the same time, wow, look at all the super chat that these guys receiving. Oh my god, this person makes like 2,000 or 3,000 euros worth of super chat because he has like 10,000 people watching. You just need to have like 100 people giving you 20 to have 2,000. And I was like, wow, one day maybe that's gonna be me. But then at the same time, I look at the chats and I look at all the stupidity that he said, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I don't know if, I'll take the money, but it's great to be able to read everything from everybody, to know the people, to know the names of the people, and listen. When this show becomes just 10 times more popular, I will remember, of course, the people who were there in the first place, but it's going to be harder to read all the comments. You see what I mean? Especially for me who talk a lot. But it's, it is interesting to see how the world of today is so different from the world where I grew up. Because in the world where I grew up, you had a book, Le Rouge et le Noir, the Stendhal, and you had to read all 300 pages, and you would take the time to read it. It would take you 4 days, 5 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on how far you read, and you would take the time to think about one particular subject. With everybody having a voice and everybody's being free to talk, everybody want to talk about everything, especially the things that you don't know nothing about. And everybody's just going crazy, and the media is just trying to play catch up. And you have so many forums and so many places when you can talk, and a lot of people are just, and I see some chat or some YouTube videos. Sometimes just the comments, the comment section sometimes made me regret that I watched a video, because I was like, oh, this video was great, and then I watched 2-3 comments. I'm like, yo, who called these people? And all these people, they forget so quickly. They forget everything, and it's kind of you kind of grow tired of it. Like, and really sometimes I want to ask questions to some people who are in the activism and in things like, do you really have to, like, ain't you tired of being angry all the time, every tweet, all the time you yelling about something? Like, can't you sometimes just chill for yourself, not for me, just for yourself? Like, continue, but at sometimes enjoy a good song. Like, some people, they just get lost in their activism or their anger, because they have to exist as well in this world where nothing lasts. You do a song, after a week, people ask you why you stopped making music. You do a whole album with 40 songs. After a month, people ask you, oh, too bad you stopped making music. And because everything is just going fast, and everybody believes that to exist, they have to do too much. And it's interesting. It's interesting, but it created a whole generation of goldfish. People who have the memory span of a goldfish. People, they just forget everything. They hear, like, we receive too much information and our brains cannot store everything. Like, and the algorithms are not helping, because the algorithms are just trying to make you engage on things. And there's going to be a point where, the conversation must be had with the keepers of the gates of the Facebook apps about, is it time to rethink the fact of, is engagement the right unit of measure, like engagement, active users, all these things, that's what you use because you want to sell your ads. Back in the days, you would put your ad on TV because, hopefully people will watch it, but you were not tracking the behavior of all these people. And I think those people they just went too far, and it just created a whole generation of people who know nothing, yell about everything, forget everything, and jump to the next subject in swarms. And they just have these comportements moutonniers, like we say in French. They act like a bunch of sheep, like they all go to something. And it also links to what we were talking to about the stock option stuff. It's just like everybody's just jumping to these things. Everybody, like, and if you're smart, you can use this to your advantage. If you're smart, you can make a ton of money understanding the behavior of the people. That would be another video. I mean, this is a bunch of my videos already when I talk about how you can use that to for your own profit. But when I think about it, I'm like, yo, it's crazy. Like, when I was 20 years old, we used to learn about, like, the Malcolm X, the Malcolm Luther King, the Patrice Lumumba, the Thomas Sankara, the Selassie, Toussaint Louverture. We used to build ourselves around a few stories from a few people that we would look up to. And today, because everybody's trying to exist in this world where everybody forget everything, because the information is just, on the super highway of the information, everything goes so fast. Everybody's doing too much because that's the only way to exist. And when I look at these like the Americans are, but sometimes I look at these new celebrities, like all these new girls, all these new guys. I'm like, do you stay still sometimes? Like, do you have to always be having problems with your guns and stuff? Those girls that do you need to fight all the time? Do you need to always have a sex tape? Do you like, yo, calm down. But now if they calm down, they will think they don't exist anymore, because I think people believe that they don't exist if they are not in the buzz. Scary. And I think about my daughter a lot. My daughter is 3. By the time she's in 12 years, by the time she's 15, and she's now, we give her access to her social media accounts or whatever, or there's probably a new thing where she is, and I don't even know how it's going to be the technology at that time. It's going to be harder and harder to explain to the kids that they matter more than the likes and the strangers outside. For me, for real, fame is a double-edged sword, and so many people talk to you online, and they believe that because you're famous, you have to accept criticism, and they think that not respecting you is criticism. Not respecting your work is criticism. But to me, there's a difference between criticism, constructive one, and non-respect. And me, I don't accept non-respect. I don't care who you are, and especially people are strangers. You here, you work for 2 years to create an album, or 3 years, like I've been working for this album. It comes out. People like it or not. People have preferences of songs or not. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. No, they will retourner ciel et terre. They will just look for you everywhere to tell you, I don't like your album, it's a piece of shit. They will look for you. They need you to know. They need to. And are you a critic? Are you do I have to care? Especially in a day where nobody buys nothing and you can listen to 50 million songs for $10 on Spotify? Why do I need to know that you don't like my album? Just don't listen to it. No. They need you, and they need to find if you tell them, yo, I hate your album, you don't say nothing. Hey, I told you I hate your album. So you finally reply, okay, don't listen to it then. Oh, don't listen to it? That's what you say to your fans? You're not my fan. Oh, and then they call a bunch of people. They make a screenshot, and then they call a bunch of other people. Kaysha is disrespecting his fans. And then boom, it becomes a subject. Those things don't happen to me. But if it did, I would not give a damn. They'd be like, oh, you don't like my album? Ciao then. They do screenshot, they go crazy, they try to band together and do a great thing. I would be like, fuck everybody. Block. Oh, you 5,000 people? Oof. Let me take the day off. Okay, today I'm blocking people. Block. 100. 4,900 to go. Block. Because all these people don't realize you are strangers. I don't know you. You don't live in my street. I don't see you every day. I don't buy my bread from you. You are strangers on the internet. I got my own strangers that I can choose. And I mean, I understand when it's 1 million people against you, it's different. But being able to take that step back and to understand that everybody online is a little bit crazy now, it makes you, feel differently about things. Because listen, I see the way people are hating the presidents, are hating politicians, are hating the hedge funds, are hating the this, hating the rich, hating the whatever, hating I'm like, yo, do you have to hate everybody? Like, can you go back to a little bit of, I don't like something, this thing is pissing me off. Like, yo, calm the fuck down. And I believe that there's a correlation between the fact that everything is going so fast that people don't have the time to think. And because they don't have the time to think, they let networks think for them. They let whatever they see online, see on TV, see on whatever Reddit group they are, message board, Facebook group, they let any information sway them into what they think. It's like everybody became a blank paper, and anybody who has enough influence come and they write something on you, and then those people become almost religious. They have a religious cult following, and like they cannot do nothing wrong. Like they just become like gods, and they become rich by doing that. And I'm sad for all these people that I see. Like, you can see that they don't think for themselves. They receive anything they receive on WhatsApp is the truth, and it's kind of scary. Are you impressed just like me each time by knowledge and honesty of case? I'm just a guy, K University. I do remember about the time Edward Snowden came out about the spying of the NSA. Do you remember how of all the big media and all of the broad company reported about Edward Snowden? Yep. And listen, that was like 10 years ago. Today would be worse. Today, exactly, Dion. Everybody take everything super personal. Sometimes it's like, why are you acting like we're talking about your brother? Like, calm down. Like, those are like, to me, the worst part is when celebrities fight between each other and fans take side and they go at each other like they were part of a family. Like, yo, Beyonce is not your mom. Cardi B is not your sister. Those are strangers and they don't know you guys. Like, of course I'm on that side of celebrity. The more you see names, the more you see people talking to you, the more you remember. Yeah, if somebody tell me, yo, in an interview, name 10 members of your club, Shada, I can do it. It's easy. Because I talk to more or less all of you guys twice a week. So of course I remember a few names. I can just, it's easy for me. But it doesn't mean that you guys, if I have a problem with somebody, you guys have to go fight with that person. And sometimes the people, they just believe that you will remember everybody and that everybody is your like as an artist. Like, so many people talk to me like if I remember them from 3 years ago, and I'm like, I don't. Well, yeah, but I came to your show 3 times. Thank you so much, but I still don't. You came like another 1,000 people, and it's not disrespectful. It's just the truth. And of course, you're gonna say it in a nice manner for the people not to feel disrespected, because those are the people who support you. Somebody who came to your show 3 times paid 3 times, so they paid your rent at a point. You owe them respect. But I'm never gonna ask my fans to go and insult other people just because I have a problem with those people. I'm grown enough to handle my problems by myself. I don't understand when I see all the fans of Cardi B versus the fans of Nicki Minaj. I don't understand. I'm like, listen, those are both queens. Like, support them. Like, instead of fighting and spending your energy against each other, spend your energy supporting your artists. Go to their shows, listen to their music, stream their music, buy a t-shirt, etc. Put that energy on that. whatever the gap between them has nothing to do with you. Those are not your mothers or your sisters. And, you know, the point of being surrounded with intelligent people is that you will become one too. King K is very gifted. Social media robotized and popularized the way of thinking freely. The social media gave access to any type of stupid people to become an influencer. Yeah, and a lot of people, listen, there's a lot of people who have a lot of followings who are, yeah, I mean, who are we to say that they are stupid? But I mean, at a point you kind of recognize dumb people at a point. You know, at least sometimes, like, some people, you look at them, you're like, yo, like, how do they believe the things that they believe? And yeah, sometimes people are just in a cult like following, and social media is creating this. It's like anybody can have, even if you have 50 followers, they can follow you like a cult, and those 50 people can pay you like 100 every month, and there you go. You know, it's crazy how it has gotten to the point where I just observe things on social media and keep my opinion to myself. That cuts down unnecessary arguments and real life fights. For real, Ellis. Like, for real. There's so many times I want to comment about something and I'm like, my YouTube is gonna explode. Like, you know, my YouTube notifications, I get comments on my page, but I also get comments on my comments on other pages. And sometimes sometimes I put a comment somewhere, it generates 300 comments from people, and like, some people, there's interesting conversation to have with them, but some people, they just want to come, like, they don't agree, so then they think they have to call you idiot when they're gonna change something, and you're like, oh no, like, I'm not interested in that. And then some people, they take everything to heart, like if we're talking about their own story, and it makes sometimes I'm just like, why do these people think like that? But you know, thank you so much, Ricardo. What do you do, Michael? We got your back, though. You know, whenever I got a problem with an artist or a beat maker or something, I usually keep it to myself. I don't make things public. Sometimes people will make things public on their side, but my thing is, I don't talk about things. I just handle what I have to handle. I call myself the one-armed samurai for a reason. I just like, okay, it's 1,000 of you. Gotta be a lot of cutting. I don't like to, to bring a bunch of people that are innocent in my battles to feel strong. I know that I'm stronger already by myself, and I'm happy. It makes me laugh when I see anybody who has a problem with me try to convince as much people. And to me, it also showed me who can be swayed easily. So those people, sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, you are eliminated as well. No, it has nothing to do. You took part. But yeah, I'm not a person who's I have a diplomatic blood. I'm not a person who likes to be in drama and stuff. So I keep myself out of the drama. I try to handle things the best as I can in a civil manner. And yeah, sometimes some people will be dumb, but they are handled as well. They talk a bit and then they realize that it's not worth it, because I'm not a person who will do fights on social media about personal things or business things. If it's business things, we have contracts, so we can talk all you want on social media. We'll just show you the papers, or lawyers will show you papers and show the screenshot of every tweet and tell you that, okay, all these defamation that you've been doing, it's gonna cost you money. It's gonna cost you problems with the law. It's much better for me to do this than be there talking. And look, most of the people who are on a certain level, like the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce, that's what they do. They don't handle their problems on social media because it's not your problem. And most controversy and problems that are around Beyonce, for example, are more caused by her fans who think they need to defend her when she didn't ask for nothing. Most problems that she has, she don't handle them in public. And to me, this is why I give her queen status. But I see a lot of these new artists, everything has to be done on social media. Everything. They cry social media. They angry social media. They want to insult somebody, social media. Oh, they have this, somebody's fucking with you, social media. You fucking like social media. And they do live shows I know a couple of people on here who will kick some butt behind. El Samurai. People tend to pay for what they crave for. That's why people follow a certain content creators. Indeed. But anyway, that's what I had for you tonight. I hope that was an interesting subject. I thought that was something cool to talk about. And I'm tomorrow is my last day. As the last family day. My wife is going to Guinea-Bissau for 10 days. So I'm gonna stay with Ashia for 10 days. She has because she could not work, she had to travel. She had a job to do out there. But Asha was sick, so she had to cancel everything. So they're finally doing it. I was supposed to go to Congo on the 28th. I canceled my flights because of the situation. I don't feel like going, and because my wife is going to Guinea, I said to myself, I'd rather go to Congo maybe in April or maybe in March. Mid-March, I'm gonna wait and see how the situation is. At the same time, I don't want to go there and have the flights canceled and all of a sudden you can't go back, something like that. I think it's safer to just stay home and chill and work on finishing my album, finishing a few projects. I have a lot of songs to mix, and I'm still on my weekly release, and at the same time I'm finishing this album. Plus a few other projects that I'm doing. I started a new Diamantero EP. I already have 3 songs. I need 2 more to finish. So I'm just gonna, be with my baby girl, and whenever she sleeps, I get to work, and we're just gonna spend a few days together. We'll see if while I'm doing the live, she's not gonna start, waking up in the middle of the night. So maybe I'll just install a bed on the sofa for her when I'm going live, and I'll see how I handle things for these 10 days where I'm just gonna be alone with Ashia. And it was a great thing that I discovered with Turkish is that not only my ticket were completely refundable because of course the situation, and they asked me if I wanted to get refunded in my credit card, or if I wanted a voucher that I could reuse to rebuy my ticket from directly their website. And if I choose that, they give me an extra 15 or 20%. So I now have, because I kept the voucher, if I add another $300, I can buy a third ticket. So I probably will go with my wife in Congo, maybe in March. I want to see how the situation goes out there as well, because people is partying too much out there. There's a curfew at 9 p.m. I think, or I don't even know what time it is, but instead of staying home, people open the clubs earlier. So now you have the clubs open around 12 in full daylight, and people are still in the clubs are full already. So I'm like, no. Like, wait, let me get vaccinated before I go home, cause yeah, like, just give me my vaccine and then we can talk about all that going around all these people. Amazing subject. Thanks a lot. We're gonna meet during the summer. Hey. Anyway, listen, I'm grateful for the 300 people who came here tonight to hang out with me, and it's gonna be interesting to see you again Wednesday. I will tell you how my little investment went with the XRP thing and the XRP pump. We'll see how it went, and I'm gonna add the link in the description with the places where I trade cryptocurrencies and stock. For those who are interested, who you never know, maybe if you have $10 or $50 to use, we'll see. I am gonna leave you with a song by, let's be on Angel City today. I'm gonna play, what can I play? Let me play something that I never. Talking about Swordman. I have a song under the name Angel City. It's called The One Armed Swordsman. It's, of course, it's inspired by an old school Chinese movie from Hong Kong. From, I think it's the Shaw Brothers. I don't remember who did that movie, but it's a story of it's the story of a young guy who's very righteous but he's cocky, and he gets in this scheme where he decides to fight this master, and then they say that if you lose the fight, you will cut one arm, and of course the thing's a little bit rigged, whatever, and he lose one arm, and then he becomes just a waiter, and he just have his left arm, and he stopped doing, he's just cleaning things and stuff, and then a few years later he gets his revenge, and with his one arm and one sword he kills 1,000 people. And I used to watch this movie all the time when I was a kid, and this is one of my favorite movies of all times. As like, it's probably it probably has a lot of the way I think are also have been fastened by those kung fu flicks from and those things. So that would be great. Which app is beginner friendly? I think Robinhood is the most, but I think Robinhood only works for people who are in the US and UK. So I use Revolut. I really think it's great. I will put the links. I'm gonna put. I have my. Let me go to the link of this chat. I like using Revolut for these things. How do I get the? There you go. invite friends, referral link, copy. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go to my own channel, remove the sound. There you go. So that's Revolut. I'll put it on the chat, but I will also add it to. Oh my God. Why all these text? Damn. Okay. So that's Revolut. I also use Coinbase. Where's Coinbase? Yeah. So Coinbase, let me see, is there? Ooh, XRP going up. I'm making money. Nice. What is the referral link for Coinbase? Let me see. I don't even know if there's one. There's probably one. Invite friends. Copy. Okay. That's Coinbase. Past. And Binance. Binance is kind of complicated for. I would stick with, if you are not. I mean, if you want to get the normal cryptos, I would try with Revolut or Coinbase. They are more user friendly. Binance, you can buy more stuff, but it's less. It's a little bit more. It's not as easy as the other one. But I'll put the link as well. Soon as the video is over, I'll just put the link. But you can check on the chat those links that I put as well. So where were we? Thanks a lot for coming, Mike. N'oublie pas qu'en général, les gens qui viennent et commencent sont en réalité des gens qui t'aiment en secret. Oh yeah, le hater est un fan. Le hater est un fan qui n'ose pas se dire j'aime ces gars. Good night, everyone. Good night, Ricardo. Good night, Julie. Good night, Ellis. Good life, Dalia. Make sure, hey, I'm invited on the Dalia show soon with Bodhisattva. I don't know when yet. I have to check if I'm free with Asha and stuff, but hey, So I'm leaving you with this song called One Armed Swordsman. You can find it. Let me put the link. Wait. You can find it on Spotify as always and other places. And I will see you Wednesday.